Well, I have the truck back. After a few weeks at the shop, I think it was about 2.5 weeks or so, all the issues were handled. I took it in as it needed a new radiator put in. The old one, the original unit, had a crack in it near the top, so it just weeped a little bit of fluid. So got an aluminum radiator from Cruiser Core. I got new water pump, new belts, thermostat, hoses, all that. So that was one of the top priorities on the list. Had them do an oil change and transmission fluid change while they're in there. And I had an issue with my braking system. And it turns out I had to get a new master cylinder put in. It was leaking. Speaking of leaking, fuel hose, fuel line leaking. And so they had to replace that, and my fuel pump had also failed. But after a little bit over $1,000 later, for all the parts and labor, oh, and a new battery, after all of that, I've got it back and I've been driving it. I've probably put about 150 miles on this since I got it back, and I enjoy it. It's very different. It's not powerful. It doesn't brake well. It doesn't do anything particularly good, especially when I compare it to my modern RAV4 or my the MR2, the turbo. It's just different though, but it's so cool, and I enjoy driving it. It's a totally different driving experience, and now that it's back, I'm gonna start enjoying it. I'm gonna enjoy it like I did not before. Before, it sat around too much, and unfortunately it sat around for 2 years, which, as my buddy Carl said, time is the enemy. And time was definitely the enemy, as the fuel pump worked before, and well, then it didn't. I have to assume, I'm guessing the fuel leak, all the gas drained out, maybe stuff rusted up. I don't know, guys. I'm not a mechanic. But I'm going to enjoy this. And I got more work to do. And yeah, so follow along. I'm going to outline a few more plans I've got. Obviously, body work has to come eventually. This thing is pretty gnarly. But shockingly, it's not high on the list. Let's figure out what is on the list. All right, so it's pretty crusty under here, and yes, I'm missing a sway bar bracket. It's at home. In fact, yeah, it's crusty. That's one of the top priorities. Beyond that, we'll move inside. I mean, mechanically, it's all good, but it's crusty. So we'll look around inside. A couple of things I want to work on, but this is something I want to mess with as the weekends come for me, and it's nice enough. Let's get into here and see if we can do about some of this rust. All right, so back in the car. This is what we drivers see the most. We see our dash, we see our cracked dash, we have our stereo that works okay. That's one thing I want to work on. I want to get rid of this old JVC and put in a more modern Pioneer. I've just always been a Pioneer guy. So it's a small thing. It'll increase my joy when driving. What will also increase my joy while driving is having heat or air in the cold, or air in the hot, sorry. It's cold today. It's only about 50 degrees, and I'm going to go down here, and you can't see it, and that's almost intentional. Actually, let me do this first. If I turn my lights on, well, you notice how those just lit up? That's odd, and those didn't really change. I'm turning my lights on and off, and nothing's happening on the dash. And to show that, you know, something is happening, and you can't really see that there is time. Yeah, so that's not good. And likewise, if I go down here, all right, let's see. I'm on my fan settings. 1, nothing. 2, nothing. 3, I start getting a weird noise. So I've got some electrical gremlins I need to work out, and something I might mess with this week or this weekend. But the hell is that? Those potatoes? Just a lot of potatoes. Anyway, I'm gonna go drive. I'm gonna go visit the wife at her shop and take her a coffee beverage. But I got the car back. It feels good to have it back. It feels good to drive it. It's squeaky. It's loud. The miles per gallon sucks. Like, it's just cool though. And dang it, cool is all right. Y'all take care.